Welcome, guys. Sorry, because I've delayed a bit, but yeah, I'm gonna recap now. And just to share this on Twitter, 1 second to share this on Twitter. Give me just 1 second. All right, let's go. Going live, and just to say, Doho Choi fight. I rewatched it. Actually, then I might have right. You know, Doho Choi, like, was it unintentional headbutt or intentional headbutt? I don't know that right now, but at least the first time it should have been a warning, as he was trying to improve position. Yes, he was really much trying to improve position, and he grabbed his opponent. And what we've seen like was pretty much controversial call of the referee, as Doho Choi fair and square won 2 rounds. I can tell you that he fair and square won 2 rounds, and I was pretty much impressed. Pretty much was impressed when I was seeing how judges scored the card, and I was also impressed with the head referee when he issued him a minus point for a headbutt, which didn't. Can't say it worked well for me. It was just a big surprise. It was just a big surprise for me because I haven't seen something like that coming. I was like, what the heck? I was literally thinking, what the heck? What the heck is happening? Why are you abducting a point? And at the end of the day, I heavily disagree with that point abduction. I mean, it was a headbutt, but it was unintentional headbutt. And there is a massive difference between intentional and unintentional foul. And while intentional foul, you must always give a minus point. When it comes to an unintentional foul, sorry, I'm sick and injured. When it comes to an unintentional foul, there is only one thing I need to pinpoint on. Unintentional foul, you don't have to abduct a point every single time. Hold on a sec. Sorry. Ouch. Just 1 second. Ouch. While when it comes to an unintentional foul, no, Doho Choi was holding his opponent and he was trying to lift him in the air and improve position. I'm doing that move every single training with my coach. I'm literally doing that move like non-stop, and in some cases unintentional head clashes happened. The same situation happened to me in the training session as well, as you can see. So see, the same situation happened to me in the training session as well, as you can see. It was the same position like Doho Choi versus Kyle Nelson. It was literally the same position. And unfortunately, I got headbutted. I still have a bruise, but it happens. I'm trying to say, according to my mind, it was unintentional foul. So I believe Doho Choi should have won the fight, but I still, to this day, I believe judging was okay. Now you will ask me, how the heck can judging be okay, TC? Well, if you're gonna follow the rules strictly, Doho Choi won 2 rounds, while Kyle Nelson won 1 round. And if you abduct a point from the Korean Superboy, the result, has to be, simply has to be 28-28, which was a majority draw. One of the judges gave all 3 rounds to Doho Choi. I heavily disagree with that because I don't think Doho Choi won all 3 rounds. I don't think he won all 3 rounds. I rewatched the fight, so I pretty much know what am I talking about as I rewatched the fight. But 28-28, fine, if you're gonna abduct the point. But I'm just trying to pinpoint to the fact that the situation which happened in Doho Choi's fight happens all the time in the training session. So I can't consider it intentional headbutt. I can't consider it intentional foul. And I would have never abducted the point instantly for that. I might have given him. I might give the guy who did that a warning. Just a warning would have been fine. Just a warning, regular warning would have been fine. But I just think this was too much. I really think it was too much with this head clash, instant point abduction. I just think it was too much. Maybe judges made a mistake there. Also found a very sketchy statement of Dana White, despite Derrick Lewis is on a 3-fight losing skid. Some trolls and the MMA community started talking like Derrick Lewis was gonna leave the UFC for good, and Dana White says he likes the guy and he says that is not going to happen. So for Dana White, that's something that will never happen, and to some point I can understand that sentence, because Derrick Lewis did a lot. I mean, he has never been a champ, but he really did a lot for the development of the sport. You can't criticize Derrick Lewis for that. I mean, also Dana White said Choi got robbed on that ridiculous call at UFC Vegas 68, and Dana White paid him full purse. Fine. And the fighters reacted to Sergey Spivak's UFC Vegas 68 win. Derrick Lewis didn't even try. Also, Fedor Emelianenko, according to Dana White, not one of the greatest of all time, should have retired a few years ago. Unfortunately, Fedor has never fought in the UFC, so we will never discover that. And hot take, Michael Chandler predicts second round knockout of Conor McGregor. That is hot Mystic Mike take, or is it hot Mystic Mac take? I like to call it hot Mystic Mike take. Yeah, hot Mystic Mike take. Sorry, I made a mistake in this headline. Sorry, I'm just fixing it. So this is Mystic Mike take. I would like to call it Mystic Mac take, as Conor McGregor used to be called Mystic Mac. So to some point, I think it's pretty much sketchy statement that he predicts second round knockout. But when it comes to an early call for this potential fight, I have a different opinion. I really have different opinion on that upcoming combat, and maybe I'm one of rare people who believe that Conor McGregor stands the chance. And yes, Conor McGregor stands the chance if and only if, but now I will repeat. Conor McGregor stands the chance if and only if Chandler guesses out. Is that gonna happen? He didn't guess out against some of the better guys. For example, he didn't guess out against Dustin Poirier, for example. So I have a reason not to believe that that's going to happen. I just don't think that's going to happen. But on the other side, am I ready for it? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm ready for everything. Hell yeah. Am I ready for that kind of scenario? If the fight goes past round 2, then I believe McGregor might stand a chance. But on the other side, Chandler will march forward. You've seen what he did to Dan Hooker. So can we see a reprise of Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler? I do believe to some point, yes. Only to some point. But to other point, I'm unsure. Pretty much unsure as Michael Chandler for me. Michael Chandler is an aggressive fighter, aggressive brawler with horrible offense. And with horrible defense. And his horrible defense might give a lot of space to Conor McGregor, because you know that Conor McGregor is known for wild swinging, and he's known for some very, very violent wild shots. So I dare to say that Conor McGregor might actually have a chance in this fight. I'm going to read one more time what Derrick Lewis said. What Dana White said on Derrick Lewis. Dana White ensures Derrick Lewis not going anywhere despite UFC slump. I love the guy. Listen, I have a lot of respect for Derrick Lewis. I love the guy, and he got manhandled tonight. Spivak looked really good. He made a big statement tonight. Spivak's win keeps Lewis mired in the toughest stretch of his UFC run. Renowned as the promotion's all-time knockout king, Lewis has long enjoyed success at the top of the heavyweight division. However, that chapter of his career might be over. The Black Beast has now been stopped in all four of his recent losses, with the last two at the hands of Spivak and Sergey Pavlovich ending in less than a combined 4 minutes. White ensured, however, that Saturday's result will not put Lewis' position within the promotion in jeopardy. Not with me. I love the guy, I love him, so he's not going anywhere. As for Spivak, the 28-year-old up-and-comer has quietly emerged as a dark horse in the heavyweight division. And I do believe in that because I really see that guy as a true dark horse of the division. Polar Bear has won 3 consecutive fights via stoppage and holds a 6-1 record over his past 7 UFC appearances. Fresh off the biggest win on his career, Spivak reiterated his desire for a highly ranked opponent next as he pursues a chance to break into UFC title contention. We need somebody from top five, Spivak said, and he expresses his desire to fight somebody from the top of the division. To some point, I can understand it, but yeah, Spivak is a great dark horse, but we'll see when he fights someone really good. And Robert Whittaker suggested Israel Adesanya's knockout loss to Alex Pereira could free him up for rematch. I don't know whether I agree with that. Joe Rogan hopes Francis Ngannou fights winner of John Jones versus Cyril Gane after boxing match. It would have been too much for me. I just believe John Jones versus Cyril Gane. I believe that the guy who wins deserves a title contention, deserves the title, and I heavily disagree with Joe Rogan because Francis Ngannou gonna pursue something different. Hello, Professor Chaos, how you doing? I just believe he will pursue something different, some kind of a different dream. I just don't see it coming all the way. And what do you think about potential Doho Choi's robbery, Professor Chaos? What do you think? I mean, he won 2 rounds, but that headbutt was extremely controversial. You know, the same situation happened to me in the training session. That's what I was trying to say. When a guy was on the top of me, I was trying to scramble, and he grabbed me like that, and the headbutt happened, and here it is. That's how I earned this here. 29-27 should be the score. I just heavily disagree about the headbutt, but that's how I earned this. The same situation happened to me in the training session. And I'm trying to say this should have never been a penalty. 29-27. I don't think Doho Choi won every single round though, but 29-28 should have been a clean score. I think Doho Choi didn't lose, and I think Doho Choi didn't deserve a majority draw. Yeah, that was one of 2 fails on my picks on this card. I had 9 out of 11, and one of those failed picks was a horrible call of the judges, but it is what it is. There are some things you can't change, and I'm heavily trying to pinpoint that Doho Choi, according to my mind, should have won the fight. I'm just saying when something like that happens, it was unintentional head clash, When it's intentional or when you're intentionally trying to hurt your opponent, then it's okay. But to give a warning for something like that right off the bat, maybe it was just too strict. According to my mind, this could have been too strict politics and too strict policy of the head referee. But I'm just saying, if I was the head referee, I would have never given a point abduction for that kind of a head clash. So, also, I'm glad that Derrick Lewis is gonna stay, and I'm also reacting to other news. Let me see. Fighters believe that Derrick Lewis didn't even try, that he came here for a paycheck, which can't be true according to my mind. I think he tried, but he wasn't. He just wasn't good enough. I think Spivak was better in every single aspect of the game. He really was better in every single aspect of the game. And about Mystic Mike take like second round knockout of Conor McGregor, to some point it makes sense. He didn't try to fight the arm triangle. Well, he didn't even try to scramble to that side, you know. To defend the arm triangle, you need to rotate to that side, you know. When he's trying to lock it, you just need to hold. It's either one option is to hold like this, and the second option is to try to rotate to that side where he's trying to mount you. And you mustn't let your opponent end up in the side control position. And he didn't even try to stop Spivak ending up in the side control, because when your opponent ends up in the side control, you're pretty much fucked up. No, when your opponent ends up in the side control, you're pretty much fucked up. While he's in the mount or while he's in the half guard, you still have a very solid chance to defend arm triangle. But once your opponent lands into side control, your chances of defending arm triangle are maybe 10%. So he didn't try to scramble out of it. He didn't try to rotate to his right side. I don't know why he didn't try. But let's see what our fighters saying. I really want to read this news and see what our fighters saying. Diana Belbiti. It seemed like Derrick Lewis didn't even try. Alan Juban, that was a huge statement by Spivak. Damian Brown, that was over quickly. Textbook way to exhaust a heavy hitter and force the finish. Spivak looked unreal. Merab Delishvili, Sergey Spivak, wow, congratulations, bro. Because he quit, says Professor Chaos. Terence McKinney, I stayed up till 3 a.m. for this. I need a performance bonus for myself. Yeah, he stayed up till 3 a.m. It seems fighters are pretty much frustrated by his actions. Pretty much fighters are looking frustrated by his actions. It seems many people believe that he didn't even try. Like, fighters are angry because they stayed up until 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m. to watch this, and many of them think that Derek Lewis ruined the main event of the evening with his horrible performance, but he lost 4 fights recently. I just hope Derek Lewis is gonna look differently. I hope he's gonna make some improvements, some massive changes in his game, because can't go like that anymore, man. Yeah, I just hope he's gonna make some massive changes in his game. I don't know what happened to Derek Lewis. I don't want to sound rude, but I really have no idea. I really have no idea. I wouldn't want to lose anywhere near a main event in the future. I think I'm gonna back you up on that. My bets were 3 out of 3. I just forgot to tell you. My bets were pretty much successful. Tyra won. Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivak didn't go the distance, and Marcin Tibura versus Blagoy Ivanov went the distance. So I got to say it was a successful night for me, pretty much successful. But now I have an extremely huge bet on Modestas Bukauskas, around $95. Father time happened to lose, really. Now this in main event got you. What odds? Hold on. I'm gonna tell you what were the odds. I have it written. This was at my bookie. So these were like, but yeah, I didn't play risky. Got to say, I had $30 on Tyra. I had $30 on Lewis. No. I'm gonna write you. What did I play? Okay, 30 on Tyra. I'm gonna tell you what I play. Single. 30 on Lewis versus Spivak, single. 10 on Ivanov versus Tibura, decision. And 10 on all 3. So I'm not saying that I earned much, but you can recalculate how much I earned. Not much of a money, but it's not bad. Last event as much as I remember, I failed last event, one of the bets. So it depends, you know. But this time I have 10,000 dinars, which is my local currency, on Modestas Bakauskas, which is around $95. I didn't earn a fortune, man, but at least one event where my bets were on point. The first event of the year, my bets also were all bets were on point. So it depends. It really depends. But this time I have an extremely huge bet on Modestas, and I will see. I will see about other bets. I will make them for fun. I have that one on Modestas because no, he's a friend of mine. I just believe. I'm just confident in him. I don't know why, but I'm confident that Tyson Pedro is overrated, heavily overrated, and I think Modestas is gonna crush his pace. I don't know, man. I'm like not going the distance is the perfect pick for Modestas versus Tyson Pedro, but I just think Tyson Pedro is overrated. If Modestas survives round one, it's gonna be a massive problem for Tyson Pedro, because this is not 3 year ago Modestas. This is not 2 year ago Modestas. Have a bet on Modestas to $50, which is a half unit bet for me. I have a very, very big bet on Modestas. Maybe I'm not going. Maybe I'm not gonna play other matches. I don't know. I'm still thinking now because I'm overexcited because of Modestas fight. I'm really thinking whether I should even play another match. Mm, Modestas. Hold on. Let me see. I'm really thinking whether I should play other matches. Yes, 9.5. Crazy, huh? 10, yes, 10 is my unit. I usually put $10. Literally, I went at my bookie and they were like, "We don't have Modestas, you can't play Modestas." And I'm like, "Can you please give me the line for Modestas?" He was like, "All right, sit and wait." I was waiting for 15 minutes. Then he calls me, "I can give you Modestas at plus 245. Give me." I was like, "Give me." But they didn't have odd, you know. You have only one bookie where you can go and play whatever you want if you're willing to wait. In my state, you have one of those bookies. And I went and I literally said, "Please, just please give me odd for Modestas." And he was like, "All right, man, you're annoying." And he gave me odd. Odd was brutal. I got plus 216. I placed the bet on Modestas last week. When did you play? When did you place your bet? I placed it last week. Do you know that Modestas opened like plus 700? When he opened this plus 700, I was busy at that time. That was the problem. I was extremely busy that day. And I said to myself, if I was free that day, I would have bagged too. Pretty sure it was last week too. Bookie gave me plus 245 because they didn't have Modestas in the offer. And I was like, please, just please let me play on Modestas. He was like, all right, sit and wait. And after 15 minutes, he calls me, "We can give you plus 245 on Modestas." Okay, give it to me. I was like, okay, give it to me. I'm very happy with plus 245. And that guy was looking at me. He was like, he was looking at me like I was having 12 heads. I hit Jalen Bates plus 300 on Bellator 1 unit. Oh, you hit Jalen Bates. That's awesome, man. That is awesome, man. That is excellent. Yeah, I saw it closer to a 50-50 fight when I kept it. Way to go, man. If you caught that, that was amazing. I usually put $10 per single. Sometimes I put more, but that's not often. I mean, I put more on Tyra. I put more on Lewis versus Spivak no distance, but I usually put $10. Usually put $10. In majority of cases, I'm putting $10. Kulibal Bagdasarian not betting that one, no way. Rodriguez Ross, not betting on that one. Wilder Young, no way. Prado Malarkey, Fight not going the distance sounds great there. Luma Lugbunmi to win, I like that. Not betting on Zubeira Tukugov, no way. No way I'm betting on Zubeira Tukugov. I don't even want to hear about that. No way. No way, I'm not gonna put money on Tukugov, no way. Let me see. -540. Does it make sense? Let me see. Makachev, Volkanovski. I'm thinking of putting some money on Makachev, but I'm unsure. Heck, who am I lying? I believe Makachev is going to win. Yair Rodriguez, Josh Emmett. Over 2.5 sounds like a great call. Brown, Madalena, such a 50-50 fight. I believe Tafa gonna win Porter though. Jimmy Crute, Alonzo Manifield, 2 knockout artists. I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna bet on other fights. Maybe I'm gonna slam like Luma Bunmi something, or I will see. I got 4 units on Luma. I think I'm also going to play on Luma. Got Islam at -278. I remember telling you I'd be patient on that line. How much is the line on Makachev now? -380. It seems you had a great bookie, man. Here is -380 at my bookie on Makachev to win. I went down a lot. Your book is really awesome when they gave you that line. Your book is really awesome. Yair Rodriguez is a favorite. What the heck? Yair Rodriguez is a favorite over Josh Emmett. Somebody is sick in the head here. This is 50-50 fight. Somebody is sick in the head. Jack Della, Madalena, Randy Brown. Madalena is a heavy favorite. I would rather pick no distance on that one. Okay, I agree with Tafa being a favorite over Porter. Jimmy Crute, heavy favorite over Alonzo Manifield. Not buying that hype. 365 bet online is mainly what I use. Well, you have a good bookie then. You really have a good bookie then. You have to give a shout out to your bookie, man. You really have a good bookie when they are giving such a great line. I hit Randy Brown at +330 for 0.5 units. I would rather go with fight not going the distance. I think somebody gonna get slapped here. I mean, Randy Brown, I don't know, man. Beating Madalena in Australia not gonna be an easy mission, but try it out. Like 0.5 units, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Like, yeah, I have 9.5 units on Modestas. Yes, I have 9.5 units. Yeah, you're right. My unit is $10. But I always say everything I play, so everybody can track my bets and see whether I'm right or not. So I'm like, it's not a big deal. I'm sharing it with everybody. Why would I even hide my bets or like even sell my bets? Like, I don't understand. I don't get people who do it. It's like, to me. But I'm gonna make a community post now when we're already talking about that. We can make some community posts when we're already talking about that. So hold on a second. Okay. Underdog of the week. Let me make it Volkanovski. Bukauskas. Who else can be the underdog of the week? You say Brown? Brown or Emmett? Brown, Emmett. Other comments. If you are successful and can help people making money, then it could make sense, no? Well, it could, but I'm telling you, I was born in Kustendil, man, and in Kustendil, like we believe that betting is like how you say. We believe that betting is hobby, like hobby. We bet for fun, and that's why I started doing this YouTube channel alongside with my sponsor. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing, my fan of the year? But maybe it could make sense, but that's just not me. If somebody wants to support me, he can always become a member. He can always send supers. That's okay, but I'm extremely good for others, but I'm horrible for myself when it comes to betting. But yeah, this week I have a huge bet on Modestas. So far. So far. I'm probably going to play something else tomorrow. Maybe I'm gonna put some money on Luma or let me see. I need to make another community post. Favorite, biggest favorite. Lock. UFC 284 lock. Let me see. Makachev. Tukugov not Putin. I'm not gonna put Tukugov. I don't think Tukugov is a lock. Yair. I don't see Yair as a lock either. Root. Luma. Other comments. Yeah, you can vote. I gave you pools to vote. Yeah, you can vote if you want to. You have pools to vote, so please proceed with that. Proceed with voting, please, my fans. Balder wins. Okay. That match is so scary for me, but if I must pick a side, I'm picking Balder, but I'm picking no distance on that fight. So scary fight for me to pick, but I believe. Hold on. I believe that Don Shainis is going to lose to Jack Jenkins. I actually have a feeling that Don Shainis is going to lose to Jack Jenkins. Blake Wilder, okay, he should win, but I'm too scared to play that fight. I also don't believe in Zubeira Tukugo. I don't know why he is minus 540. It's perfectly like out of this world. I do believe in Loma. Yeah, I do believe in Loma. I think Modesta's gonna win though. Tafa to beat Parker sounds great. Jenkins huge favorite. I played the unit on his chalky odds. Yes, I know he's a huge favorite. I know he's a huge favorite. Minus 320. Yeah, I know he's a huge favorite. Clayton Rodriguez is also a massive favorite. Malarkey is also a big favorite, but Luma Bunmi a big favorite. But I don't know, man. Prado is not bad. People are underestimating Prado. I took Porter plus 1251 unit. Good luck. I think Root wrestles and wins. I think his odds will come down massively. You think his odds are gonna come down massively? I actually think Root is going to win, but I don't know why he is minus 205. Maybe maybe because the event takes place in Australia, right? I have to see. I have to check that odds. Hold on. I need to take my phone and check. Hold on. I need to see what is my bookie thinking of Root. Let me check 1 second. My book is pretty much generous when it comes to Crute. Alonso has been looking better in recent fights. From memory, I recall he had improved his gas tank. His gas tank is awesome. Yeah, but it seems my bookie is pretty much high. Have a local bookie, but it seems they are high. Minus 177 on Crute to win. I don't know why. Minus 177. Does it make sense? No. Yes, but Kroot needs a win so bad. He will wrestle and win, I think. Let me see. Emmet. Let me see what is my bookie offering. Waiting win until Saturday. Okay, fair enough. Minus 400 Makachev. Shit, man, I'm starting to hate my bookie. What? Tafa Porter is a pick'em? What the heck? I don't get it. His odds are so weird, man. I'm struggling with it on my end. Tafa wins. I think Tafa is going to win, but like they gave a minus 120 Tafa plus 100 Porter. My bookie has pretty much weird odds compared to other bookies. Strange. Okay, Kulibal Bagdasarian minus 110, minus 110. Okay. Okay, Rodriguez is a favorite as expected. Smoke every day for like a year. Who you got in common? Kev, who you got in common? Jenkins is only minus 250 at my bookie. Maybe that's gonna change, but weird odds. They have very weird odds. Compared to other bookies, I'm comparing like DraftKings, BetMGM, BetRivers, and others. Tukugov is a heavy favorite. Luma will won me minus 250 at other bookies, minus 300. I agree for Coleman closer to 50-50, so value on Emmet I'm passing personally. Me too. Minus 275 on Luma will won me to win. That's okay. Every day for almost 20 years. Whoa. How did you quit, man? No, really, how did you quit? Congrats on quitting, my friend. And if you were able to quit, that's awesome. You probably have a very strong will. That's how I see it. Probably have an iron will. It was hard with the withdrawal symptoms, but I started smoking again in December, so wanna quit again. So how are you dealing with that? No, just I'm just curious. How are you dealing with that? How are you dealing with those symptoms? Just being curious. Also, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I will also stream. Lad, you should make a Telegram group to post your pics. Nah, I'm not making Telegram. No way. I'm always saying my pics here, so you can always scroll the chat. I mean, no way. I'm not going to install Telegram. No way. I already have too many apps. I really need. I need to have some private space in my life, if you know what that means. I already have too many apps running. I have stupid TikTok because my sponsor doesn't want to let me deactivate it. And I honestly hate TikTok. To be honest, I extremely hate TikTok, but I have it because I mustn't they install it. They don't want to let me do it. I have stupid Instagram and I mustn't uninstall it. So I have stupid Facebook that I'm not even using. I'm always saying in the chat, so I'm not hiding my pics. Every single time you ask, I always respond. So no worries about that. At least for you, I always respond. You know how I am. There's a timeline of the symptoms: insomnia, crazy dreams, muscle ashes, stomach issues, depression, and anxiety, etc. But after 90 to 120 days, it becomes much better. Yeah, it does. And we're already talking about stupid TikTok. Let me see how's my video doing. Oh, it's doing nice. Yeah, I imitated Johnny Boy. Yes, I imitated Johnny Boy. 1.2k. Okay. Stupid stuff. Sorry. Oh, man. I'm sick and injured. So what can I say? Heavy day for me. Really much heavy day for me, but I will grind it out. No worries, guys. I'm not a guy who surrenders, you know that very well. So, Professor Chaos, a timeline didn't look easy, right? So I assume the timeline was pretty much harsh for you. Hold on 1 second. Ouch. Ouch, my leg, man. Okay, I'm getting back. Damn, I fucked up my Achilles tendon, so it's shitty. Oh. Okay, my Achilles tendon is back. Oh man, it hurts like hell. I hate when Achilles tendon hurts like hell. It's so fucking hard. So fucking hard to handle. But if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm going to stream just to know. I'm just saying if. If not, then no props. Let me see. Makachev, Yair. We'll see what are people gonna say. I really wonder what are people gonna say about my picks, my calls. I just hope I'm gonna help as many people as I can. I really wanna help people. Ram Bader felt pressure to finish Fedor Emelianenko again at Bellator 290. Ram Bader felt pressured. Oof. Sean O'Malley signs 8-fight contract extension with the UFC. 8-fight contract extension. Whoa. Whoa, man. Matches to make after UFC Vegas 68. Interesting. So many interesting facts happen. Let me see some more fights. Okay, I have them here. Let's see. Real martial arts. All right, everything is playing out nicely so far. And in general, Doho Choi still believe it was unfair judging towards Doho Choi. I believe he should have won that fight. He was a better guy. Yes, he was a better guy, Doho Choi. He really was a better guy, and he fought way better. That's how much I can say. Doho Choi fought way better, and I'm giving him credits for that. I really believe Choi versus Wood would be fun. It would have been a slugfest. So, you're a fan of slugfests, right? Right, Colby? Like Professor Chaos, you're a fan of slugfests. I actually like slugfests. Actually, I'm a big fan of slugfests, just to know. So, yeah. Also to say thanks to Michael Bisping for representing Bulgaria and for mentioning Bulgaria, for mentioning that people love Blagoevanu so much in the state of Bulgaria. Really, Mike, thank you. Never thought I was gonna say that, but thank you so much. I'm a fan of everything. I can enjoy high-level grappling too. Hey, I can enjoy that too. Hey, Cyrus. Chaos is another big pothead in the chat. Let's fucking go. Oh, let's go. Okay, let's go, Cyrus. How you doing, man? How are you doing, my friend? Yeah. I will be live for like 20 more minutes, so I'm eager to chat. How you doing, man? I assume majority of you having a hard time, but this discussion is awesome. For this week, I bet high. I bet like 9.5 units on Modestus to win, and I didn't make other bets. Tomorrow, I will inform you what did I play and what I plan to play. Yes, I will inform you tomorrow what did I decide. But then I paid him his win money apparently. Yeah, he paid him his win money. So way to go for Dana. Hats off. I believe it should have been 29-28. I just believe that head clash was unintentional. You see, same situation happened to me in the training session. The guy was trying to control me on the canvas, and the head clash happened, and I have this. You see at my eye, I have this from that head clash. So it's kind of normal. I don't believe it was intentional head clash. I don't know why they abducted him a point. But then I paid him full purse, which is okay. Which is okay on Dana's end. It's pretty much okay on his end. He showed respect towards the fighter. I believe this is a high level of respect. Black eyes are cool, make you look tough. Yes, I know. But do you believe that it happened because of a head clash? All the bitches love them. Majority of them do. Yes, majority of them do. But do you believe it happened due to a head clash? When I tell to people that it happened due to a head clash, they are like, how? I'm just saying, well, it happened because of a head clash. Do I have to draw or what is the problem? Do I have to draw? Yeah, skulls are hard as fuck. Yeah, you believe me because you are in that world. But somebody who is out of MMA, for example, my dad. I was trying to explain to my dad that it happened due to a head clash, and my dad was like, no, somebody punched you in the face. I'm like, no, he didn't punch me, it was a head clash. And he's like, how in it can a head clash make such kind of a damage? I'm like, have you ever watched the Latvia fight? Have you ever watched Votore fight? And my dad is like, there's no way head hits harder than a fist. And I'm like, okay, Dad, it's pointless to argue with you. No, really, I told him it's pointless to argue with you. My dad believes that head cannot make harder damage than a fist or a chin or a knee. Too hard to explain for him. Too hard for explaining, believe me. You can break a hand hitting on a skull. Of course you can. You should have said you should try it. I told him, okay, you can headbutt me and see what's going to happen. I told him you can headbutt me if you want to. And he's like, you are crazy. I told him, okay, you are saying it's impossible. Fine. Headbutt me and let's see what's going to happen. Let's see whether my other eye is going to get dark. And he said, Vlad, you obviously have a brain damage. I can't discuss with you any further. So it's impossible to discuss to him. I even offered him to do that, and he refused. So he still doesn't believe me that it happened because of a head clash. But the same situation like Doho Choi versus Kyle Nelson, same situation happened to me in the training session, and I was the guy on the bottom. But when that guy accidentally hit me, for like 10-15 seconds, I was like dazed. For 10-15 seconds, and he was like, are you okay? And for 10-15 seconds, I was dazed. I felt dizzy. But it was unintentional, though. Imagine if it was intentional. How old is your dad? My dad is 70 years old. 70 years old. Listen, my dad believes boxing is the greatest sport in the world. So for him, a fist to the head is everything. Sorry, he grew up on boxing. He grew up on Muhammad Ali, so it's for him MMA is a sport of gladiators. For my dad, if you say to my dad, listen, plot twist, Blago is actually Vlad's dad. Yeah, he is Vlad's dad. Actually, yeah. My dad grew up, sorry, on boxing. I understand that the golden age of boxing he grew up in. Yes, when Muhammad Ali was fighting, when George Foreman was fighting. And for him, fist to the head is everything. I'm like, you can crack your fist when you're hitting the head, you can break your fist. And he's like, Vlad, it seems you have a brain damage. And I'm like, it's pointless to talk to you. They're making a George Foreman movie, and my dad is going to be one of the first guys to watch it. He wants to go to the cinema to watch that movie. And I'm like, do you really have to go to the cinema to watch that? And he said, of course. George Foreman is my top 3. And I'm like, oh man. He told me that he wants to go to cinema to watch that movie. I'm like, man, come on. George Foreman fought like 30 years ago. And he said, no, lad, you don't know how I was growing up. New Creed movies. I don't like new Creed movies. Old Creed movies were okay. New Creed movies are horrible. But my dad is obsessed with that, literally. He's literally obsessed with that. He's like, I'm going to go to the theater to watch it. I'm like, you are going to a theater to watch George Foreman movie. And he says, listen, lad, I grew up in cinema age, theater age. You don't understand that. At my time, we were having a cinema under the sky, under the open sky. So to me, that's kind of non-understandable because when he says cinema under the open sky, I'm too young for that, and he's obviously too old. Rocky was the only good one for me. Rocky was awesome. Rocky was an awesome movie, especially part 4 in the Soviet Union. Back in the day, they had parking lot movie theaters. That's exactly what he was saying to me. Oh, we have that here. It's called Cinepark. Really? You have that? Hold on. I'm gonna ask my dad something. Hold on. Ouch. Wait. Hold on. Ja, jeste vi imali one, kako zove, bioskop na otvoren, to postalo u vaše vreme? Kako, ono sa parkinga gledaš? Parking baš, šta se dete napolju gledaš?
Mi smo imali kologrami, jedan u Semenke
I šta ono, pod otvoren vrata ste imali? Au. Ne, sad mi ovaj jedan to piše, ja rekao me zezdaš. Kaže, on ima to i danas kod nas.
A gde smo?
U Kanadi je on, kaže imaš i danas kod nas to. Znači postoji.
Dobra kuća, to je bio bioskop.
Super, nešto sad ću. Još jedan 10 minuta 15 pa dolazim. Yes, Montreal. They were having 2 kinds of cinemas, that's what he said. It used to be big, but now they are coming back for the nostalgia. Oh man, nostalgia. My dad constantly tells me we don't have parking lot cinemas anymore, and we don't have cinemas for sitting under the open sky anymore. We don't have that anymore, but my dad is super nostalgic for that. You have normal theater. If you want, you can watch in a normal theater. If you want, of course. And he says they were crazy for it in like 70s, 80s. That was era of that crazy cinemas. Like in 70s, 80s, he says it was pretty much popular back then. You know, like under the open sky, they were watching videos. And movies, of course. Many movies. Really? Oh, good old age. Today you don't have much of that. Everything happens on the internet. Even today, if you want to call the hooker, you can call it on the internet, literally. I mean, in my state, prostitution is prohibited, but I'm saying technically that you can do it today. Today, you just need internet, and back in that day, you needed skills, man, for that. You pretty much needed skills for that. You used to bring your girlfriend to a parking lot movie theater and bang the fuck out of them in the car. Good old times. Really much good old times. These were good old times, man. But nowadays we don't have that anymore. I mean, we do, but everything happens like in hotels, on the internet, behind the closed doors. You have many more options today. If you want to bang the fuck out of your girlfriend, you have many more options today. And you have cell phones, you can make an arrangement, make an agreement. We live in a technical era. We live in the era of social media. Pretty much growing up at a different time. Pump and dump. You can do it today, if you want to. A lot harder in the modern theater unless you're in the back. Even if you're in the back, people are gonna see you. Yeah, but parking lot theater used to be great. That was great era. My dad, like, he's saying that parking theater, it was like a great era. They were like, especially in the 80s. He says in the 70s, cinemas under the open sky were like more popular, but in 80s, everybody were having a car. And he says, like, in 80s, man, they say my state was pretty much crazy about parking lot cinemas back in the 80s. But nowadays, we don't have it. Nowadays, it's kind of different. Everything has changed. '80s cars were something else. Yeah, there were many bigger cars. The cars were way bigger than compared to today. You were having Peugeot 605. That was one of the longest cars ever. Peugeot 605. This was yes, French car, but it was so long, man. Imagine like that long car. I would rather kill myself than drive that long car. I'm driving Opel Corsa. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm driving Opel Corsa. And Opel Corsa is short. This is German car. Yeah, French car. It was the most popular car back there. We were having our auto industry. We were having it back then, but Peugeot 605, it was like a super, super, super long car. I don't even know how people were able to drive it. My car looks longer. Really? So are you driving a classic or? Oh, really? Are you driving a classic or? I'm driving Ford Fusion. Ford Fusion, I know what is Ford Fusion. It's about the same size. Doesn't look too bad. Maybe they had an extended wheelbase model. Really? Oh, I didn't know. But for me, Peugeot 605 is extremely long car. That is extremely, extremely long car for me. Back in the 80s, 90s, that was the most popular car here. In North America, cars are huge. Yes, I've seen that. In my state, we usually it's 50-50. You know, some people like smaller cars, like me. Some people like longer ones. Everyone is driving pickup trucks where I'm from. Why? Is that some kind of a tradition or? Oh man, I don't like pickup trucks. I don't know. Too huge for me. It's just too big for me. I'm not saying that I hate it. On contrary, maybe I even love it, but it's too big for me. No, just too big for me. Europe, they all drive small SUV or sedans. Yes, I'm actually a fan of sedans or small cars. I prefer sedans. They are better. No, because it's the most useful for work and towing stuff. Oh, really? I didn't know that. But I've seen in America that everybody is driving a longer car. I drive a 2014 Jeep Cherokee V6. Whoa, that's a big car. I know what is Cherokee, that's a big Jeep. Everybody throws their snowmobile or motorbikes in the back of their trucks. Excellent. So I understand it now. That's excellent. Jeep Cherokee, that's a big Cherokee. My car is from 2020, is from 2012. It's a different culture, more outdoor stuff. That's okay. German one. I know we have Cherokees here. We have Jeep Cherokee here, but very few people drive it. Very few people because it's very big city. It's very big car for city. So what happened with the Doho Choi fight? Did they rob him? I didn't pay too close attention to this one. When it comes to Doho Choi fight, I thought that headbutt was pretty much. I thought it was an unintentional headbutt, and the referee abducted him a point because of a headbutt which was unintentional. But I believe Doho Choi won 2 rounds, so it should have been 29-28. Or even some people saying that Doho Choi won all 3 rounds, which I disagree, and that it should have been 29-27, but Dana White paid him the full purse. So Dana White paid him full purse. So it seems Dana White believes he was robbed. My city has the most lakes out of anywhere in the world, and a lot of people have camps. Camps, that is awesome. I actually think Doho Choi was robbed. I think because that was unintentional head clash. I mean, the same thing happened to me in the training session, but from my own experience, I can confirm that was not intentional. You know, it was unintentional foul, not intentional. It happened, but it was unintentional foul. The point was taken. That's why. I think point abduction was not fair because that headbutt was pretty much unintentional. They will cut that useless bum, Kyle Nelson. Well, probably they will. I don't know whether they cut people after a draw. Have you ever seen in UFC cutting somebody after a draw? I've never seen UFC cutting anybody after a draw. And you? I have really never seen something like that. Never seen UFC cutting people because of a draw. Or the last fight on the contract. Last fight is something different. Last fight of the contract is something different. Sorry, I'm sick. So 2 more minutes and I'm leaving. I'm coughing, man. Sick. I'm sick for the last 4 or 5 days. Plus, I injured my fucking leg, so not a good time for me. But like Mike Trizano. I remember the case of Mike Trizano. I remember what happened to Mike Trizano and knocked out Korean guy and got cut. I know. I don't even know how in it could have it been fair. Like you cut a guy who knocked out the other guy. Crazy and stupid, yeah. But even cutting, do you remember when they fired Elias Theodorou because of boring fights? I mean, rest in peace, Elias Theodorou. But do you remember when they cut him because of boring fights? That was unfair. That was horrible and brutally unfair. Mostly upset I lost the 9-pick parlay only because of Down Jung fight. Yeah, I understand why you're upset. I was 3 out of 3 with bets and 9 out of 11 with picks. I know, I remember a last Canadian guy. Oh, peace out, Cyrus. No probs, man. No probs. Yeah, 1 more minute and I'm leaving. So only because of Down Jung. I don't know what to say. Sorry, man. Like, you came so close. And same when I remember Jan Blaovic versus Magomed Ankalaev. How I lost that one. I was so confident in Ankalaev and it ended in a draw. But I was super confident in Ankalaev to win, and Blaovic pissed him up literally. I mean, it was a clean draw, but Blaovic pissed him up. It happens. I only bet like $10. Okay, that's not a big amount of money. I had 30 on Tyra, 30 on Lewis versus Spivak, no distance, 10 on Tibura versus Ivanov to go the distance, and 10 on all three. So I didn't play too risky. I really didn't play too risky on this event. But we'll see. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's like, it always happens. Like, it always goes. It's always like that. What goes around comes around. All right, guys. I need to go now. I will release PFL picks later, just to know. Have a great day, everyone. Tomorrow I'm releasing UFC picks. I'm sick for the last 3-4 days. Need to rest. Tonight releasing PFL picks, and catch you later. Have a great day, everyone. Yeah, my happiest moment was Taira Tatsuro. I think he will win belt. Me too. Catch you later, lads. I also hope Tatsuro wins the belt.